Right, guys, we're going to get started. Thank you all so much for jumping on the call this Monday evening. I hope you're all doing really well and having a good start to your week. So, as we all know, it's coming to month end. We've got one more day, so we're going to cover some really cool stuff with you tonight. So, please make sure that you've got a pen and paper at the ready. I'm very, very excited to say that we've also got Amy Turner on the call tonight, and she's going to be sharing some golden nuggets with you as well. So guys, what we're going to talk about tonight is customer care, amongst a couple of other things as well, but we're going to predominantly just touch upon customer care. So while I'm talking, if there's anything that you want to ask, if there's anything that you want to add, if you've got any tips, don't forget to use the chat box because that's a really great way of being interactive. It's a really great way for you to be able to share what you know and what you think is valuable with the team also. So guys, like what I want to ask you first is, thinking about customer service and how you speak to your customers, if you were your own customer, would you be happy with the service that you give to your customers? Think about what you do to your customers. I like it. Some of you, you're nodding your heads, which is amazing. So what would be really nice to know as well, if you've got 3 top tips of what you think customer service is and what you do for your customers, pop it into the chat box. And then we can all share ideas of what good customer service is. It's really nice to make these calls kind of a bit interactive, so you guys can, see what each other are doing and what's really working for you. So if you want, pop some top tips, 1 to 3, into the chat box so we can see what everybody's doing that's working for them. So customer care, guys, is absolutely fundamental. As we know, our best customers usually turn into our best distributors. So customer care always starts with us. And I think it's really important that we come from a place of being our own best customer. What do I mean by that? So are you being your number one customer and being a raving fan of the products yourself and the business? Because people are going to follow what you do, right? So if you're not taking the products and sharing what you're doing every single day, drinking your water, changing your diets, cutting things out, trying new meals, trying new recipes, you might be doing that, but if you're not showing that in your support group, then people won't know what you're doing. So remember that people always do what you do, not what you say. So it's really great for people to be seeing what you're doing. So always remember to be your own best customer, because customer service always starts with you. So what I'm going to do is, Amy, do you want to unmute yourself, babe? I don't know, do you want to share your top customer care tips first? And then if you, because I don't want to basically do mine and then for you to have nothing left to say. So why don't you do yours and then I'll add anything in that.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. It's so good to see you all on, guys. And just thank you so much for having your cameras on, because it really makes a difference. It's so lovely to see all your beautiful faces.
So true.
Like Millie said, your customers are really, really important, as we all know. Your best customers will become your best team members, and I can vouch for that. Like, pretty much nearly all of my best diamonds they were all pretty much customers first, which is, oh, hold on, we might have to mute that person. So what really works well for me, which some of you may or may not know, so if you're new on here, you can use WhatsApp and you can have a broadcast list, and it's really, really easy to set up. So obviously when you first start out, it's going to be quite easy for you to look after your customers, because you're just starting out and you've got 1 or 2 coming through. And then as the months go by and you start to get more customers, it can be quite difficult to obviously look after them all, keep on top of who's on what products and when they order and things like that. So having them on a broadcast list is really, really handy, because you can send out that one message and it goes out to them all. But then when they then respond to you, it comes back individually. So then you're then speaking to them on a one-to-one. And I find this has worked really well for my customers, because obviously it makes it easier for us, because we can send out one message and it goes out to them all. But then those that then want to interact back and that want the extra support, you can then get in a conversation with them on a one-to-one level, which is really, really nice. And sometimes in a group, not everybody wants to get involved. Sometimes they want to keep it a little bit private. So What I actually do is sort of on a weekly basis, I'll just send out a message on that broadcast list, and sometimes I just literally just send out a message of words like, hey, how are you? How's your week been? Is there anything that I can do to help you for this coming week? Would you like any recipes? Would you like some support? Would you like some workouts?
Oh, no.
Necessary on the products. They have loved the fact that I've given them that extra support. I've made them feel special, and like they've reordered. And I know that if I do that for them, and it's happened, they're going to reorder, they're going to come back to me, and they're going to add on more products too. So I think for me, doing that on a weekly basis just gets those conversations going. Those clients of mine that come back to me that maybe it's sort of got to like 4 or 5 months since they've ordered, and they say they'd like some recipes, then I just simply ask them, what products have you got left over, if any, just so I can give you some recipes and a meal plan that suits you, that's personal to you. And guess what? You're finding out exactly how much they've got left, if any. If they haven't got any left, then I'm like, right, I'll send you over some breakfast, lunch and dinner ones, because obviously they haven't got the shakes. And then I find the shakes, I don't know about you guys, but the shakes are a lifesaver for a meal. Like, who relates to that? Like, sometimes prepping food and everything is difficult. So I know that if my customers can have a shake for breakfast and a snack, shake for lunch, mid-afternoon snack, I know it's going to help their meal prepping, because then all they have to focus on is their snacks and a lunch maybe, but then really it's just the dinner, so it makes it easier. So if they've run out of product and then I'm going to give them all of these recipes, they may struggle. So again, I can then bring it back to about the shakes, and that they can get back on them again. But it just gets, I'm just really finding it's just getting in conversation with them, asking the right questions, find out what they're struggling with. And I know that for me, I do have a lot of customers. Obviously I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I have found it difficult, and I've really found that having this broadcast list and just reaching out to them on a weekly basis has really, really helped. And I'm starting to get voice notes back and forward from them more now. And it's just, you're just in touch with them, and it's just a bit more personal, and really, really love that. And I'm finding that, you know, one of my customers has not quite got on with the shakes, but now I'm speaking to her about adding the boosters and the lift, because she already loves the capsules. So things like that, you know, it's really, really helpful. And I know, like one of my ladies, she did really, really well on the products with me last year, but I've been reaching out to her, offering her to some support and some recipes, and I helped her with some recipes, and she put a lovely Facebook status up and tagged me in it and said, you know, how amazing is it that I haven't even got the products right now from Amy, but she's still helping me no matter what. And I think that's the sort of service we need to give, because I know that customer, when she's in the position to get on the products again, she will exactly be coming to me, and she recommends her friends all to me as well. So it's about, you know, going above and beyond and really treating them. I think like that is really important, to treat them as good as when they are just starting with you, as when at the end, if you know what I mean, so that, you know, they're always going to come back. Because I always always end it good. So like, if, say for example, if somebody doesn't want to reorder for whatever reason, maybe because sometimes it's not until they come off the products that they actually even notice the difference, and then they're like, oh my god, I've been off the capsules a few weeks now, like I need to come back on them. So always like that relationship, always just, that's absolutely fine, no worries, I'm always here if you need anything, you know, always leave that door open, so that they can always come back, because they will. But I mean, saying that, I've got lots of customers that have reordered with me ever since I've started this business. So, you know, it's just numbers, it's just people. And then I have some people that will just come back to me once a year just to get in shape for their summer holiday. So it's just understanding the different types of customers and what they each want, and always just having that open door for them and being positive and supportive and friendly. So I think that's really important. And I think this analogy of a restaurant is really great to think about. So when you're at a restaurant and the waitress will come round and they'll take your order, and then about 5 minutes later, they're going, well, not 5 minutes, maybe a little bit later, when you're eating your meal, you know, you've got like a mouthful of food, and they come over and you're like, you can't answer because you've got a mouthful of food. I hate it when that happens. You're like, it's nice. Or like, just put your thumb up. I hate it when that happens. But when the waitress comes back and does that, you know, they're just checking, are you okay? Are you happy? Is there anything I can help you with? You know, would you like another drink? Would you like to add something else? Would you like some tomato ketchup? You know, what would you like? They're just checking to see if you're okay. And then at the end of your meal, they'll take away your plates. Would you like another drink? Would you like anything else? Would you like the dessert menu? How many people say, oh, well, just have a look at the dessert menu with no intention of actually getting a dessert? And then you go, oh, I'll just have a look. And then you see the sticky toffee pudding and you're like, yeah, all right, I'll have a little treat. So I think about this a lot with my customers. You know, the waitress might come back and you're like, no, I don't want another drink. I've done this before. And then 5 minutes later, I'm like, actually, yeah, I did want another drink. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you just got to be consistently asking, always keep it open, because 1 minute we might not want a drink, or we might not want a reorder of the shakes, but then a few days later or 5 minutes later, like, actually, yeah, I do. So always making sure you're just checking up on your customers, because just said they've said no today doesn't mean that next week they're not gonna want to get back on it or add something else or try the lift or try the boosters. You know, don't be frightened to send out like little samples, and just ask if they could give you like a little bit of money towards the postage, and just send out like little samples, because that can go a long way, especially with your current customers that are maybe already loving something. Then they can add something else on, you know, send like a little booster for them to try or something like that. And yeah, really guys, I'm just going to finish on like being a product of the product is really, really important. I know that we hear this all the time and we always bang on about it, and you know, everybody says it, I always say it, but I'm going to tell you a little something that sort of I've been going through recently. So in April, I've had a lot of trips. I've been out in London, I've been Amsterdam and Sweden and Copenhagen. So obviously I've taken my products, but I haven't been able to be as consistent with the gym as what I normally am, or my workouts. I haven't been eating as clean. There's been a bit more alcohol than normal. And before I know it, like, all of these trips has added up, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm not feeling so good. And it's really shown, because my customers have not been as high as what they normally are. And I know it's because I haven't been on it, you know, on it. So now I'm back on it, and I can really feel a difference in my energy, my excitement towards the plan that we have and the products and my customers. And it really is so true that, you know, being a product of the product, and it's not about, you know, having the six pack with abs. It's just about sharing your journey and being relatable and real along that journey. It's so important. You know, if you've had a bit of a hiccup or you've had a struggle, share that and say, but you know, I'm back on it now, and you'll be inspiring so many people. You know, share your struggles, share your journey, and embrace it, because what I love about this business is that you are literally getting paid to get in the best shape and health of your life and helping others to do the same. And it's the best feeling, because by you being on the journey yourself, you are naturally going to attract and show your customers and new people how they can do the same, which is just the most amazing feeling ever. So sometimes it's not even a bad thing to come off plan a little bit, because it just gets you back on track, and then you can work on your before picture a little bit and then you can then smash your after photo again. So yeah, I hope that's all right, Mills. I don't know where you've gone. I can't see you anymore.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, oh, there you are.
Yeah, sorry, I went off for a minute. My what's it called? My Wi-Fi went a bit funny, so I think I disappeared for a minute. But that was amazing, Amy. Thank you so much. There's so much value in that, and I think it's so nice to hear from other people, you know, what's working. And obviously, guys, like, Amy's been in the business now, like she said, for 6 years. and like, even though she says her numbers haven't been that good this month, she's still smashing it. And she's consistently throughout the business always got a lot of customers, because she's always been, very good with customer care. She's always been on plan. She shares her products and she looks after her customers. So, she's somebody that we can all really look up to, because she's honestly, she's always at the top of the leaderboard. So, thank you so much, Ames. We really value those tips. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing that with us today. So I've got a few other things that I'm going to add in and share with you guys, and what works for me as well. I absolutely love that that you use the broadcast list, Ames. I think that's amazing, and it's a really great way to get one message out to all of your customers really efficiently and really quickly. It's also something that I use as well. Another thing that I use WhatsApp for is when you feel confident enough, guys, what you can do is start your own little chat group on WhatsApp. And this is what I did probably about a year and a half ago now. When I sign a customer up, I ask them if they want to come into a chat group on WhatsApp, if they want a little bit of extra support. And some of them say yes, some of them say no. What you've got to do, guys, is be a question asker and find out what your needs are of your customers. Because how often do they want to be contacted? Some customers don't want to be contacted as often as others. I've got customers that I actually am in contact with every single day, and I chat to on WhatsApp because they need that support at the beginning. And some of them just like that consistent flow of having a little support group. So I've got a little WhatsApp chat group, and every morning I just post like a motivational quote, and I let them know that if they've got any questions that they want to ask me on a personal level, because like Amy, I've got an awful lot of customers now. Sometimes people feel like they get a bit diluted in a support group, and they like to have that extra support and like to have that bit more of you. So what really works for me is having a little chat group, and every day, like, I'll post a motivational quote, a recipe, and I'll say, is there anything that anybody is struggling with? Or at the start of the week, I'll say, is there anything that's going to stand in your way from keeping to plan this week? So kind of similar to what Amy does with broadcast list, but just in a group. And what I've actually found is that these customers have become really good friends, and they're creating like a little community within themselves, which is really nice. So that's something that's really working for me. And like Amy said, you've got to be a product of the product, and you've got to go that extra mile for your customers. So what are you doing for your customers that is helping them have, an exciting journey, and a journey that's more than Juice Plus? Are you becoming a friend to them as well as a mentor? Because that's how we're going to create raving fans, when you go that extra mile. It's not about just signing them up and giving them a how to use the shakes. It's about making sure that they feel comfortable. It's making sure that they know what they're doing. Some customers don't have a clue, whereas other customers just know exactly what they need to do. I'm sure, like, those of you that have been in the business, the customers that sign up with you and say, yeah, it's fine, just get me some shakes, and they get on with it. Whereas other people don't even know what a protein or a carb is. So that's where you can test your knowledge. And if you don't know what something is, then you can go to Google or go to Upline and teach yourself a little bit more about nutrition, and get a bit swatted up on, different things, recipes, and, what is a carbohydrate? Do you actually know? And if you don't, go have a look and go teach yourself, because the more you know, the more value you can give. And the more value you can give your customers, then the more they're going to be inspired by you. So if they're inspired by you, they're going to want to be just like you, right? Because you're helping them get results, and you're helping them feel their best. What more do people want? They want to feel their best and know what they're doing. So the other thing that is really, really working for me as well with my customers is doing a Saturday check-in. So every single Saturday morning, I set my alarm for like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I just put check-in. So I know that I've got to post in my group that it's Saturday check-in day. Some people check in on different days, and that's fine. But, I have that personal relationship with those customers. And again, that's meeting your customers' needs. So find out what days your customers want to check in, because what you've got to remember, guys, is that results equal motivation, and motivation equals progress. And if your customers are not getting the results they want, then they might not carry on. And getting your customers results is going to help you get a repeat order, because they're going to feel their best, and, they're going to tell their friends, so they're also going to become referrals. So find a day that works for you, and find a day that works for your customers to have a check-in day. So what I get them to do is do a photo and do their measurements. and do a little questionnaire. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I get them to rate how they're feeling with their energy, their nutrition, their water intake, you know, how motivated they are, all these kind of different things. And what that basically does, it just gets them to have a check on themselves, and also it helps them keep motivated because they know they've got to report to me on a Saturday, and they don't want to come to me and go, oh, you know, well, I haven't really been on plan this week. And if they have got a night out, they'll always tell me. So, oh, I'm going out on Friday this week, so, you know, my check-in might not be until Sunday or Monday. And you just build that personal relationship, and they then look up to you and have that check-in day. So if somebody doesn't check in with me, I literally message them and say, check in, hun, ? And they know that they've got to check in, because it's our job as mentors to help get results for our customers, right? So that's something that really, really works for me. And it's also, again, guys, that's going that extra mile, and that's you being that mentor for your customer. So also what that leads on to be able for you to do is to know exactly where your customer's at. So it knows how, you know, how your customer's week has been, you know what they're struggling with, and you also know like their milestones. So, you know, they'll be checking in, they'll be, if they are focusing on the scales, because obviously, you know, we try and get people to focus more on inches and how they feel. But if people do have a lot of weight to lose, or, you know, they have got milestones to hit, then we can then check in with them. And when they do hit their milestones, whether it's half a stone, a different clothes size, you know, going from a size 10 to an 8 or a 14 to a 12, whatever it is, you know, then you can send them a little card to say congratulations. So that's a really nice way to keep on top of you knowing exactly where they're at. And again, by sending just a little congratulations and a well done card, that's going to make an absolutely massive impact on your customers. You know, and when you get further up into the business and you're creating business incentive bonus, you know, what I've done a couple of times for my customers that have lost a stone or 2 stone, I've actually sent them some balloons, which have cost me a tenner. So I sent balloons to their work or to their home, and they get home and they're like, oh my God, I've got some balloons. I can't believe it. And it's just like a well done. It's not like well done for losing a stone, because that can be a bit embarrassing. So just like a well done or a congratulations balloon. You know, imagine that if you're a customer and somebody sent that to your workspace, not only going to people be like, oh, what's this for? They'll be like, oh, well, you know, I'm getting healthier and this is what I'm doing. And their friends will probably want to know exactly what it is that they're doing. And potentially that could become a referral for you as well. So it's just about just going that extra mile and thinking outside of the box. And like Stephen Bartlett says, you know, send a gold envelope, because that's always the envelope that people will open first. You know, so if you are sending a card to somebody, or a sample, because that's another really great thing to do as you get onto the different products, guys, and you get a whole range of different products. You know, you can offer like 5 samples out to your customers. First come, first serve. Who wants to try a lift or some boosters? I've got 5 samples to send out, and then send it to your customers in a gold envelope, and they'll absolutely love it. A couple of years ago, I ordered some envelopes at Christmas, and I accidentally ordered pink ones, and so I then had to order some silver ones. So I had 100 shiny Jiffy bags, and I've got about 20 left. I think I ended up with 200 Jiffy bags, which is mental. Just then I've got them in a box under my bed, but it's made such a difference to me being able to send out my samples with an impact. So just think about that, like a little gold envelope. You can buy them from Paper Chase. You can actually buy them from the pound shop as well. So it's just about you going that extra mile and standing out for people. So, yeah, people do what you do. Thank you, some well done notes. Be a friend, and remember to create that relationship. Have a bond with your customers. WhatsApp chat, check in, and find out your goals. So when you're first signing somebody up, it's really important to know what your customers are aiming to achieve. So when somebody comes to me and they say, oh, you know, can you send me some information about Juice Plus? I say, yeah, sure. What is it that you're looking to achieve? Could you please tell me your 3 top health goals for the rest of 2019? So what that basically does is that it gives you an insight to what you know that they're looking to achieve. So I think that's a really powerful question. So what are your top 3 health goals for the rest of 2019? And then you can offer them a package, right? So when it comes to offering packages, this is something that Simon taught me a couple of weeks ago, is that he says always, 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 no matter who they are, start with the most expensive package. And we figured out that shakes, capsules, premium capsules, omegas and lifts comes to, I think it's £191 a month. So when people say to you what their goals are, you can say to them, right, so your goals are blah, 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 blah. The best package for you is going to be the package with the shakes, the capsules, the premium capsules, which are our best product, omegas and lifts. So that's 4 different products. And you can say to them, it only works out £191 a month for 4 months in a row. And then you can even break it down to the daily cost. Because what's going to happen, they're going to be like, oh, well, I can't afford £191 a month. And then you can say, right, okay, what we'll do then, what about having the omega shakes, premium capsules, and we'll take the lifts off, and then it makes it however much, I can't remember off the top of my head, work that out for yourselves. And what that'll do is that instead of it being £191, it will make it, I don't know, 150 odd, or even if they still can't afford that with the omegas, you know, £90 compared to £191 a month is much more affordable. Whereas if you say, oh, well, I think the premium capsules, which are £61.75 a month, they might be like, that's a bit of money. I might just go for the berries. You know, it massively creates affordability from the higher end, and people are much more likely to go for the premium capsules rather than just the berries. So always start with the best package, the most expensive package. I've just got to plug myself in, guys, sorry. And that's a really, really good top tip. And I've actually managed this month to do 3 packages that are capsules, shakes, premiums, and lifts, shakes, omegas, and premium capsules, because I've started out saying, right, this is the best package for you to reach your goal of wanting to lose 2 stone by July for your wedding, blah, 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 blah. You know, this is going to give you the best results for your hair, skin, and nails. You're going to feel more energetic, you know, and really get into, you know, what it is that they're looking to achieve and what it is that they want. So not only when you're speaking to them about what their health goals are and what products that will be best for them, when you're speaking to them, make sure that you're saying what it is that they're looking to achieve within the conversation. So what that'll basically do is it will create leverage. So instead of just saying, oh, here's the premium capsule package, this is how much it is, it's going to last for this amount of time. If you use their language, so whatever they've said to you, so say, for example, someone said, oh, you know, I really want to feel slimmer and less bloated for my wedding in July. You want to repeat that back to them when you're talking about the product. So to help you feel your best for your wedding, so you're not feeling as bloated and you're feeling your very best for July on your wedding day, and that basically helps them hear what they want. So they're hearing what they want and they're hearing the solution, and it gels it together and they're like, yes, I want it. So it's very, very clever in helping you guys understand how to relate to them, because basically you're putting the products within their needs. So it's meeting their needs with your products. Does that make sense? Am I talking sense? Can you just let me know? Give me some thumbs up. Cool, amazing. So yeah, that's the language. Language is so important, you know, and if you can get onto the same level with your customers, and also, guys, like when you have a one-to-one meeting, if you sit with the same body language as your customer, it makes such difference. If you sit there like this, or they're like this, if you sit the same as them to begin with, they'll then start to open up to you. If they've got one hand on their knee or one hand on the table like this, just mirror them and notice how it makes them feel relaxed, because they feel like you are like them and you feel related. That's something that, you know, later on down the line, if that feels a bit like what is Millie talking about, just try mirroring people, your teamies, your potentials. It's really, really effective. So the other thing that has really been working for us as a team, I don't know about you, Ames, our support group has been absolutely on fire recently. You guys are posting so well, like it's absolutely amazing. What I will say is that, yes, posting in the group is great, but remember it's called a support group for a reason. So what I'm going to challenge all of you to do is to add on to your DMOs to do 15 minutes a day of supporting. So not only posting, but actually going into the group and commenting and giving value and, you know, just telling people well done every single day. And it can be in the morning, it can be the evening, it can be whenever you like. But if you make yourself present in that group, and if you make yourself present in supporting, you know, people are going to feel more like they're going to feel more comfortable in posting, you know, struggles that they have. So I really, really can't urge you enough, guys, to spend a little bit of time supporting as well as posting, because that's what the group's there for. People want your advice. I don't know how your support group is, Ames. Do you find that, that you've got a lot of support? Like, what works for you?
Yeah, so I would probably say that it is really good, but I think we could probably do more supporting, like commenting, probably more on maybe not necessarily on each other's, but making sure like our customers. So like if our customers post, we've really got to make sure that we are, congratulating them, because that customer might have been even really nervous to post, or they haven't been doing it long. So it's really important that I think all of us as leaders and as, distributors, we are getting in there and really like congratulating and really making them feel positive. So yeah, definitely. We already, I think like you, we already are doing really well, but I think we could probably do a bit more, definitely, like me as well. So I think that's really good.
Cool. Thank you for that, Ames. Yeah, it's something that, it's always on the back of our minds. I think, we always want to be giving that extra support, but it's got to start again with us. If you guys want your teamies to be posting in your support groups, it's got to start with you, because you've got to, people do what you do, not what you say. People do what you do, not what you say to do, if that makes sense. So people follow your feet and not your mouth. People follow your actions, not your words. So you've got to really step up and be that person, be the person that other people follow, and do what you do. So yeah, thank you for that, Ames. And again, yes, I think that was a really good point in, not necessarily posting on each other's posts, but definitely on our customers. Okay, so right, so moving on. I was just going to say, actually, that obviously then starts to build your community, and then that's going to start to help you see who is going to be really good at doing the business, and you will then be able to see who you think could be a really good team for you. So, it's all a circle, it's all a process, and it's all got its reasons, guys. So, guys, the 11th of May is coming up. As some of you know, we've got a power day in the UK. So events are obviously what build business. Events are so important. I know that Amy agrees with me on this, because me and her are, we are avid event goers, and we never miss an event, and we never have. And it's something that is so important to the growth of your business, to the growth of yourself. So it's really, really important that you're focusing on getting yourselves and your teams to the power days. I'm actually talking to the guys in the office, because as you know, I'm not in the country at the moment, but they're going to Zoom me in. I'm going to buy a ticket, and they're going to Zoom me in. So that's how important it is to me. I don't just want to sit here and be like, I'm in Bali, so I can't come. There's always a way for me to make things happen, I believe. So I want to get to that power day. So I've asked them if they can Zoom me in, because I'm not in the country. So fingers crossed. So guys, ask yourself, where do you want to be in Edinburgh? What position do you want to be at? Because going to this power day is going to make a massive difference to the success of where you are in this business. And, potentially it could be the success of you walking across that stage in Edinburgh or not, because again, your team are going to do what you do. So if you're not going to that power day, if you haven't got your ticket yet, your team aren't going to follow, and you can't expect to be really successful if you're not leading from the front of your team. So I cannot urge you enough how important it is to get to the power day. There's going to be some incredible stuff going on, which I've heard at this event. And also, guys, if you go to the power day, you get £10 off your Edinburgh ticket. So it's an absolute win-win. It's a no-brainer. You need to get there. Ames, do you want to just add in why you feel it's really important to get to events? Because I know, like me, it's for me, it's like the lifeblood of the business. We sit here behind our screens, and we all live all over the place. And it's a really good chance for everyone to get together. And obviously, I can't be there, but I'm definitely going to be back for Edinburgh. But for me, it's just the feeling that you get, being at the event. So especially when you're newer in the business as well, or perhaps you've been in the business and you feel a bit like, not necessarily stuck, I'll talk about that in a minute, but just you feel like you're not making progress right now. The events are going to really light you up. What do you think, Ames?
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, definitely. The events is really what, for me, it's one of the things that keeps me going. It's like having a hot bath. We have to keep yourself clean. Sorry, I'm really bad with these type of analogies, but I'll try. Yeah. But that's what motivation's like. Keeping motivated and inspired is like having a bath and keeping yourself clean. But sometimes when you go to an event, you get really hot and you have a hot bath, But then sometimes you can, you know, some people will stay hot for a certain amount of time. Some people will stay hot for a few days and then they sort of just get back into like the normal way of things. Some people will stay hot for like, it was last for like a few months or a few weeks. So that's why it's important to keep going to events, because it's like washing, it's like keeping yourself clean. You've got to keep yourself clean, you've got to keep yourself motivated, you've got to keep yourself hot. Is anyone getting this? Okay, so you like, that's what I feel for me. Like, I just feel like it just really keeps me going. I love the feeling. I love seeing everybody. It's the community, you know, like this business is like a family, and you just see everybody. You learn so much. Just, you know, obviously you're going to learn so much from what the speakers are going to speak about, but it's just how you feel, you know, being there with the team and just everything to the lead up, like to the, I would always recommend, if you can, get in the journey with someone else who's doing it. If you can, like if you live near people, try and get in the car and drive up or journey up together, because guess what? You'll be in that car or you'll be on that train and you'll be all chatting. And I know that a lot of my guys, like, they'll all go in each other's cars and we all learn so much from the journey. You're not even at the event yet. So, you know, you then get to the event, you see everybody. I think they'll have like the big the Juice Plus shop there, so you can buy all your merchandise and all that, which is always really nice, especially if you're new. They'll, you know, you'll see, like, I remember when I first went to my first ever event, and you're like, you see all these people that are like really high up, like celebrities, and you're just like, oh my God, that was John Holowati. like, but then when you start going, you're like, he'll come over and he'll be like, you're right, and he'll like give you like a hug, because he does that to everyone, and you're like, this is John Holowati, like, what? And it's like, he's like one of the, you know, he's like the #1 income earner in Europe or whatever, and you're just like, God, this is crazy, you know. And it just starts to make you realize, like, these are just normal people. Like, if they can do it, I can do it. And it just really makes it feel really real when you just like, yeah, like, I'm gonna, like, one of my girls, she called it, she was like, it's like everything's in colour at the event, and then you go home and everything's black and white. And that's probably how I'd describe it. Like, everyone's full of colour at these events. That's how it makes you feel. And you kind of go back home to normal life and it's kind of like black and white. And that's why these events are so important, and to keep going to, you know, that's why we will just keep going to them over and over again, because you just get so much from them. And it is about bringing new people with you at every time as well to these events. You know, get your new team members there, keep them recruiting, and getting your newbies there, and seeing the little change and seeing their little lives change. Because I know how I felt when I first went to an event, and I know that that's what you're giving them, and that's what I love. So, and obviously the parties are amazing. Not at the Power Day, but at the other ones, the parties are always really good fun.
Completely agree. Like, it's just a really nice time for you to, like, just learn more as well. And you actually feel like, you know, if it is something that feels a bit frightening, it's a confidence builder, because there are so many other people that are in that same position, you know. And you might just have there might be one thing at the event that you just go, oh my God, and you have that light bulb moment, and you're like, that's what I need to do. Or, that person inspired me, I relate so much to that person, and if they can do it, I can do it, just like Amy said. So yeah, completely agree. Love that, Ames, thank you so much. So yeah, the 11th of May, make it happen. You know, we don't have that many big events as a company, so it's really important that you guys are getting yourselves and getting your teamies there as well. And what I will say, for those of you that have been in the business for a while will know what I'm talking about. Back in the day, we used to have events at a place called the Reebok, which was a big stadium up in Bury, and it was kind of where it all started for John and Rob. That's where they had their very first event. And so we used to go up there, and you know, we used to have big parties up there. And a few of us have been in conversations with Matthias, and we've said what we really miss is the big parties. So we used to dress up. Ames, it was crazy, wasn't it? There was like, we had oh my God, I can't even remember, like Disney theme nights. We had, what else was there? There was Disney. John dressed up as Buzz Lightyear one time. What else was there?
I think one of the first times that a lot of my team met you were dressed as an Oompa Loompa.
Oh my God, what a laugh. It honestly does. So, and we're in talks with Matthias about having that back, because obviously, you know, we've got the big events and we dress up and we get all glammed up, but that's you know, these events are going to be coming back. That's what we've asked for as NMDs. We've said, look, we need those fun events back where we have themes and we dress up and we just have a lot of fun. And honestly, guys, it was super fun. So keep your eyes peeled. These power days are going to be leading into some fun and exciting parties. So yeah, it's just super exciting. So power day is so important. Who's got their ticket yet? Can you put your hand up? A few of you, not loads of you. So guys, it's so important. It's so important. And what you've got to ask yourself, you know, do you ever see an event where the leaders aren't there? No, because the lead is so important. Like, you'll see that, you know, do you think John Holowati would ever miss a convention? Do you think you know, Emma Karen and all the people that are top of the business, like Olivia Measures, and do you think they would ever not go? No, because it's a massive part of what we do, and it's a massive part of being in the business and your success. Because like I always say, you can't bottle how it makes you feel. You've got to go to the event to feel it. You see it and then you can feel it. It's actual feeling. So when you go to the events, you'll understand. And it's at the Power Day where you get topped up. So yeah, so you get £10 off your Edinburgh ticket as well, which is amazing, right? Gives you another £10 towards your trip up there or to your hotel. So, you know, it's saving. The company have really got your backs, guys. Like, the things that we have got going on behind the scenes with JP right now is insane. The support that we've got, the company ethos, just everything is incredible. So the other thing that I do want to talk about as well is obviously so exciting for all of us that have got customers and teamies in countries outside of Europe, because we are coming together as a global company. Obviously, we are in 27, I think it's 27 different countries now, with the sights of being in many more. I know that Malaysia is being spoken about being open. Don't go and telling anybody this. I had a conversation with somebody, one of the leaders in the UK, just the other day, and Malaysia is going to be open, you know, in the next couple of years. So that's so exciting. You know, so there's never been a better time, guys. And, you know, we can start building all around the world. And those orders from Australia, America, Canada, New Zealand, and all over the world are going to account to your totals. So it's not a case of signing someone up in America and say, for example, they put a premium and a shake order through, and you're like, well, it's great, I get the commission, but not the points. But that's now going to account to your totals and your promotions, which is amazing. You know, so this is a massive step up for the company. We're becoming harmonized with the whole world as a company. So yeah, that's super exciting. So I just want to give a shout out to somebody in the team. She is on, but she hasn't got her camera on. I don't know if she's busy, but Louise Max, I just want to give you a massive shout out because you are top of the acquisition chart for the whole of the team. So I just wanted to say a massive congratulations. If you want to turn your camera on and give us a wave, you can. But everyone, let's just give a round of applause to Louise. You're absolutely smashing it, babe. Well done. Congratulations for the month of April. You're so welcome. Just left a little comment. Thank you for just letting us know that you're there. Really well done. I think, are you on like...
She went SC today.
Oh my God. Congratulations.
Found out early.
Well done. That's absolutely amazing. How incredible. Like, wow. That's really incredible. Or perhaps we'll get you on a call in the next couple of weeks, Louise, and you can tell your story and you can give us some top tips if you're up for it. But yeah, really exciting, guys. So that just goes to show, like, you know, the business is growing, it's booming. We're in the best time in the business right now. We've got incredible product support, people are getting promoted. Louise, congratulations, that's amazing. Really well done. Obviously you've got like a nice cheeky, that's £400 bonus in your first month and then a 500 in your second month. So wow, like, that's incredible. Well done. I'd love to know what you're going to be doing with your bonus, whether you're saving it or you're going to go on holiday, or if you've got any anything exciting that you're going to be spending your bonus on, let us know in the comments. So guys, yeah, just to wrap it up, because I'm seeing that we've been on for 50 minutes right now. So guys, this is all about you. It really starts with yourself. You know, the success of your business starts with you, starts in your mindset. You know, I really love talking about mindset and belief. And at the end of the day, you know, everything that is going on in your business right now is because it's the thoughts that you think. Everything that's in your mind is creating your future, your lives, and the success of your business. So what I really want you to start thinking about and noticing is that whatever you're thinking in your mind, that's basically lacing your feelings and actions together for your future. So when you start to think things about your business, is it positive or is it negative? Is it encouraging or is it, is it disencouraging? Is it disbelieving in yourself? What is it that you're hearing? So if you're starting to hear things that, that you're not doing as well as you want to do, or you say to yourself like, oh, well, I can't do it, I can't do this, can't do that, well, guess what, that's what's going to happen. So start telling yourself that you can do things, even if you don't actually believe it right now. You've got to start with your thoughts in your mind, because that is going to create the success of your business. So wake up every single day, tell yourself that you know what your goals are. So whether it's going for SC, whether it's SDD, whether it's NMD, and get up and get those affirmations out loud into your life. So not only writing them down, not only saying them in your head, but say them out loud, and call one of your team members and say to them, hey hon, I just wanted to tell you that in the month of May I am going to be SC and this is my goal. And just share it with people. If you've got support groups on WhatsApp, tell people what your goals are, speak it out loud, speak it into the universe, and tell them, because whatever you say and whatever you think is going to become true for you. If you're telling yourselves, I can't do this, it's never going to happen for me, blah 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 blah, negative Nelly, whatever, it's not going to happen, right? So it's really important that you guys are creating your future by thinking the thoughts that you want to think. Right? Be a visionary of yourself. Set yourself up for success by starting with you. And by starting with you, it starts in here. So be a leader, step up, know what your goals are. If you haven't done a vision board for a month, a year, whatever, like go and do a new one. I've obviously moved out here and I had no idea that was going to happen, and everything's changing for me. So, I need to do a new vision board. I won't go into it, but I'm basically going to do a brand new one. So if anybody wants to join me in doing a new vision board for the rest of the year, let's do it. And we can share them in our group, share them with each other, and hold each other accountable for what we want to achieve. So have a think about where you want to be by Edinburgh, guys. We've got May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 7 months. 7 months, okay, which feels like a lot. And I think sometimes we can go, oh, it's fine, I've got 7 months. That 7 months is going to go like this. Right? So whatever you want to achieve, it's got to start now. It's got to start today, and you've got to amp it up. Get your juice plus volume and turn it right up. Like amp it up and go full out. Put your foot on the pedal and put your pedal to the metal and absolutely run with it. It's up to you what you do, guys, and it's up to you for the success of your business. If you want to be walking across that stage and you're unsure of it, go to your upline and get them to help you. I'm willing to help every single one of you, whatever your goals are. Come to me, come to Amy, come to whoever your upline is, and we can help you get across that stage. But you've got to be ready to do the work. What I will say is that there's going to be some really, really exciting things for STDs and above. So anybody that's qualifying their business as an STD, that doesn't make sense to you right now. If you're not an STD yet, don't worry. We will teach that to you when the time comes. However, I've started a very special group on Facebook called it's the VIP PB Qualifiers group. Now we're all going to be going out for a meal and some drinks before Edinburgh, and everybody is invited who is going to be STD and PB qualifying. So you don't have to be a VIP, but to be in the VIP group, you've got to have 20 months of PB qualifying, which sounds insane and so far away. So what we're going to do is we're going to have little incentives along the way. So once you hit your position of STD, which is the most important position in this business, because once you get to STD, all you need to do is teach people to do the same. And if you're sitting there thinking, God, I haven't got to STD yet, do not worry, because that is what we're here for. We're here to help you. We're here to help you achieve that. And once you get to STD, it will be easy to qualify your business as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to set some really cool incentives, and there's going to be some exciting get-togethers for before Edinburgh. So that's all I'm going to say about that now. So if you're not there yet, don't worry. And if you're not PB qualifying just yet, don't worry, because there's plenty of time to do it. It all starts with yourself, remember, guys. So STD PB qualifying it might seem really hard, and it might seem something that you're not too sure how to do, but that's absolutely fine. We're going to be teaching that. And if you're not sure, and if you're STD and you're not PB qualifying, then obviously we've got 7 months to help you get there, which is plenty of time, to hit those goals. So whatever it is that you want to achieve, guys, it's absolutely capable. But like I said, it all starts in your mindset. You've got to set yourself up, wake up every day, do some motivation, set your goals, know what you're going to achieve for the day. I always wake up and think, one teamie, one customer. That's my goal. Who can I help today? Who can I help today? Who can I serve? what is my motivation? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why have I moved away? Why am I in Bali, sitting here working every single day? I'm not here going to the beach, drinking cocktails, having a holiday. I'm here and I'm working, because I've got my why and I've got my visions. So I want to ask you guys, what is your why and what is your vision? And if you haven't actually visited that for a while, then go and spend some time and get a bit of paper and get a pen and write down and do some journaling for half an hour and think about what it is that you want. What do you want to achieve? What is going to be different in 3 months from now if you start earning like just an extra £50 or £100 a month? What's that going to do for you? What's that going to do for your family? What bill is it going to kill? Who's it going to inspire? Who do you know that needs this product that you haven't spoken to yet? Go and speak to them and just say, look, you've been in my mind. I've got something I think you might be interested in. It might not be for you, but I just thought I'd ask. And you know what, guys? A no is always a not yet. So it's better to go and sow the seed than not at all. The amount of people that I've now got coming back to the business that came and left and are now back, and people that are 6 years in saying, I think I should start Juice Plus now, Mills. And I'm like, hallelujah, finally. It's only taken you 6 years. So don't, it's progress, guys. Don't think to yourself that you're stuck, because you're not. Because where you are right now is not where you're going to be in 3 months if you can have a vision and if you look ahead. So if you're focusing on where you're at right now, so if I focused on the fact that I'm EMD and this is my pay line and this is my club situation, if I focus on that, that's where I'm at. That's probably where I'll stay. So it's really important for you to go, what am I looking to achieve, and start talking that into your lives. So if you want to be SC, when I'm in Edinburgh and I'm an SC, when I'm in Edinburgh and I'm a Club 12, when I'm in Edinburgh and I'm Club 39, whatever it is that you want to achieve, start talking about it to people around you and start sharing it with them. Because like I said earlier, what you talk about becomes true. So really think about what it is that you want to achieve and believe it, because you've got to believe it to make it happen. There's no point you sitting there going, I want to be Club 12, but I'm never going to do it, because then it's not going to happen. Anything is possible if you believe, and once you believe you're 80% of the way there, that's most of the work done. And I know belief can be really difficult, but it all starts with I believe how you wake up and start your day. So wake up, write your affirmations down, think about 3 things that you're grateful for, and do a bit of meditation in the morning, because the way that you start your day will have an impact on the way that oh God, someone's banging on the wall. Whoops. Okay, I'm shouting a bit, aren't I? Sorry. Oh my God, I'm shouting. Oh my God. I forgot it was really early in the morning. Right, guys. Getting a bit passionate over here. Right. Whoops. Oh my God. There might be an interesting team. Who knows? So, guys, on that note, I think I should probably go. Have an amazing Monday evening. Next week I'm going to do the call on a Monday as well, because I'm going to be moving hotels on the Sunday. So I'm going into like a little homestay, which is going to be much more permanent for me. So on Monday next week we'll do the call again at 9 o'clock. And then what we'll do is we'll go back to Sundays, because I think Sunday nights work really well. So yeah, all right guys, that's completely thrown me. I feel really bad. Oh God, how awful. I have to go and apologise in the morning. Whoops. All right guys, listen, thank you all so much for jumping on. I love you all so much. Thank you, Amy, so much for coming on and adding value. Love you all loads. Let's all have a photo. If you can turn your cameras on, let's have a little photo together. I'm going to leave really early so I don't see them. I'm just going to go out for the day. Right, guys. Smile. Oh, I missed. Amazing. Cool, guys. Thank you all so much. Love you loads. See you soon. Let's do this. Go and smash the last day of the month, guys. Love you loads.